cold January morning, and Andromeda is in dry dock up north in Manistee, and we are going there today to work on our winter project list. One of the first things we're trying to get hooked up here is an AIS system so that we can be seen and other boats can see us. So we removed our track vision television. We're going to mount the AIS receiver here, or transponder and receiver. We got the antenna wires fished all the way through the ceiling back to this access panel, pulled across, took the light down all the way down the side, had to pry this access panel open just a little bit, very small space in there to get the wire through all the way underneath the dash, and underneath the helm there is where all of the electronics and fuses come together. The antenna wire came through there. It's the white wire. You can see laying down there is our new Raymarine VHF Ray 91, which I will mount to that space on the wall, and I will find a spot to mount the AIS, maybe just below it, and get some power wired all together. Then we will wire it into our NEMA 2000 system. I have a spare block or an expander block so that hopefully everything plays together nice and talks and works the way it should. Fingers crossed. This is the brains of the operation, which will go underneath the dash. So here's our AIS transceiver. VHF antenna will come in directly from the antenna on the side of the boat into here. This is an antenna jumper that then goes back to the VHF radio. And out the bottom here is the power lead, and then the NEMA 2000 lead. And so we're going to fit this under the dash and see if we can't get mounted and at least get the wires roughed in. So a little setback in our install. I had great success running this wire all the way through the boat, through the ceiling, and down the side, and felt very excited and very accomplished until I realized I still have a gasket to get on, and I had to pull this pole mount base that's removable off. Without being able to now run this along the wire, I'm going to have to cut this off. Okay, we have the pole mount base cut off, the mounting screws inserted. We have our template ready to put up on the roof and drill some holes. Template's mounted and the holes are marked. You can see we have some filling to do where the old track vision came off. So we're going to get this unit mounted, and then anything that's going to be exposed, we're going to fill and take care of those, make sure they're watertight. Okay, so we have the transponder receiver mounted, the Raymarine GA200 for the AIS. I'm now gonna take a little 5200 and fill these screw holes just to get something down inside. And then I'm gonna top off the surface with some Marine Tex and try and get it to disappear a little bit and protect the outer surface. We're going to get the adhesive to sit down in the hole. I've put some tape underneath it to hold the adhesive in, but I want the adhesive down so that I can flush over the top with the Marine Tex. We're gonna let that adhesive set up in those holes. We'll mix up a batch of this and start to fill these holes and clean this up a little bit.
Oh, no.
That one's done.
That's done. Record.
That one's gone in the garbage.
Yeah. Mixologist.
I wish it was a margarita instead of fiberglass.
Cocktail. You know what might help is that smaller Tupperware with just a little bit of water in it, instead of me having to lick my finger the whole time. Water tank?
Sure. You're very proud of this.
I am. This was funky. funky as you could get. Look at that.
Wow, that is clean. I probably still wouldn't drink out of it, but that's pretty clean.
No, not without some lemon.
All right. It's the big moment we've all been waiting for.
Dun, 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 dun. I'll just stand right here.
We are going to learn everything we don't want to know about marine heads. And first time either one of us are digging into this, and neither one of us are very excited.
No.
So you are going down below because you are now the
Toilet queen. I've been crowned the toilet queen. Sharing the load. But then we might have to make a rule, no number 2 on the boat.
going forward in the engine room to get to the vacuum flush pump. One on the port, one on the starboard. That's where we'll replace the duckbill valves and do our annual maintenance. Tight fit, as usual.
Oh, that's right. Okay. So, again, sorry, I thought I was gonna give you enough room.
So, we're finishing the maintenance on the vacuum pumps, and the last thing we want to do is check the wiring connections, make sure they're all tight, and then we're gonna hit them with some dielectric grease and cover them back up. And the smaller of the two of us is going in to do that.
Hanging right here with my foil tape.
Is this craft time?
I was just gonna say, I feel very crafty.
I'm going to go up front on the bow and measure for a bridle for setting our anchor. It was a piece of good advice we got to not bear down on the anchor using the windlass. And we do have a large bridle when we're at anchor that we use, but we wanted something shorter and quicker with a quick release latch on it that we could use to clamp on quickly when we back down on our anchor to set it, take the pressure off the windlass, because you can see that is no joke of an anchor. What we're going to want to do is get a quick release shackle that we can pull the chain up with a hook, hook the shackle on, and bridle from that cleat to that cleat, so that when we back down on the anchor, all of the pressure is on those two cleats and not on the windlass, which is holding all of the pressure of the anchor and the chain now. We also might use those two cleats when we're underway to secure the weight from the anchor, and again keep it off of this. Right now this is the only thing stopping the weight of that anchor from working against the windlass. So boat project number 1,001,000,000. We have this rubber seal that goes around the window, and in various spots it has shrunk just over time and heat and weather. So we're going to cut this, try and reuse what we can, and we have a roll of new weather stripping we're going to try and cut and piece in there. We got the piece back in. This is the original. This is. We cut this piece to push that piece back over and glued this in. So original cut piece. It started out looking like this side where it had shrunk and pulled away. So again, we'll cut this, put this piece back into the track, and cut a new piece for here. And hopefully when we're done, it'll look like that. Well, like everything, that plan didn't work. So we had to cut this piece out because it either pulled up too high going this way or pulled over too far going this way. So this piece comes out, and I'm going to showcase my carpentry skills and try and miter two new pieces together and glue them in. We'll see how that goes. We got it. The new piece is in, sealed tight. The old piece is out and gone. So we cut it a little longer, wedged it in there tight, so if it does shrink a little bit, it has some room to shrink, but turned out pretty good. We received some good advice from fellow loopers who have completed the Great Loop about what spare parts to make sure we have on board. Routine maintenance items like filters and impellers are a must, and they will be changed several times during the loop. Another category of spare parts for us was based on the age of some of our systems. We also got some good advice from our friend Ed Hislop, a Cummins manufacturing engineer, and picked up some spare engine parts. We also are trying to stock up on various hoses, seals, clamps, and other hardware items that may be hard to find in remote locations. It is great to have all this gear on board, but we need to know exactly what we have and, more importantly, exactly where on the boat we have it stowed. So in the event something breaks, we can quickly determine if we have what we need and where it is located. Our spare parts were piling up and stashed everywhere, so we took some time to create an inventory, and we will be keeping a spreadsheet listing the items, quantities, and locations. One fuel filter, PN is 33392. Two transmission filters. taking the opportunity while the boat is out of the water to get some of the things done we can't do when it's in the water. So we're greasing up the swim platform, cleaning off the barnacles. We clean the underwater lights. And Kathy is underneath the boat. And we're getting a fresh bead of caulk on the stanchions that hold the shaft and the propellers. So we want a good bead of black 5200 around there to keep it sealed from the water. Another project this winter was to get new zincs. Got them on the swim platform, on the stern, got them on the trim tabs, and shaft anodes. That's a good one to get checked off the list. It's the caulk job we did around the bow thruster. It's got new zincs and it's been serviced. We also removed the boot stripe. You see a lot of boats have that boot stripe. Ours was peeled and flaking, and instead of trying to maintain it, we just removed it. We feel it gives Andromeda a little cleaner, more modern look. And if we don't like it in the future, we can always put a new one on. We think it looks pretty good.
Oops. Right on the camera. Right on the camera. I had it wrong way. Alright, we're finishing up for the day. Just wanted to show you the boatyard. Indoor. Still lots of halfway projects. Haven't been able to finish the roof yet. We're getting there. Took the tape off today. Couldn't get the AIS in, so we're still kind of torn apart. But we finished the window seal. Caulked it. Bob's right there. You got my cover? Alright. The wall of boats. Aim for the light. There she is. I just ran into a boat.